Hello and welcome to a couple of things with myself, Tsotso.
SammyG.
Yes, guys, we just want to pick up from where we left off last time, speaking about individuality in a relationship, and focusing today on celebrating each other's differences. You know, and I started to think about, when two people first meet, they are attracted to each other because of the things that you are maybe
different about
in that person. And even for a mere fact that I am a female and Sammy is male, that's what made us to be in a relationship. But then you look at a relationship, sometimes the very same things that have attracted people to one another, you would find going forward, then they fight
they start fighting about the very same things that attracted one another, like just what you said.
And you find one wants to be the same. It's like, Sammy, I want you to do what I do. Why can't you do what I do? Not forgetting that Sammy is a different person from who you are. So how can we now reconcile the two and make sure that it is our anchor going forward?
Look, I think this is reminding me of how I look into any relationship is the same way I see how a business is being run. A business is run by different departments. It's run by different divisions. For an example, you've got your HR. Those people, that what they do in HR is different to those
Marketing.
who are in marketing, in sales, in finances.
Yeah.
But when you look at the end of the day, the business becomes prosperous because of those different divisions culminating together. But then now in a relationship, at times the very ones that we started to celebrate, to like, which were differences, now in a long run, because I'm getting too common with you, you're becoming, I don't know, we start to forget that these are the very same things that makes us to see each other as one.
You actually make me think of an example. You'd find maybe one in a relationship, I'm strong when it comes to finances, and I'm able to control and manage finances, as an individual. And when I come into the relationship, I'm able to plan ahead. I'm able to plan ahead and make sure that the family runs well because I know how to run the finances. And here you are an impulsive person, who's spontaneous and want to use at the spur of the moment because you want to gratify your desires, and it's just about your personality. You want to give and you want to do this. And as a result, then you find that I start to fight, and I want you to be that way, But can I use my strength, which is being able to manage finance, in order to make sure that on your side you aren't misusing things as you are, without controlling you. Remember as well, we need to balance those two, without controlling you and not allowing you to be who you are in that space, but making sure that that doesn't make us fight, because that's where I think a lot of relationships suffer, where you find that another person is total opposite of you, and therefore it creates that friction. The friction, where we can't move together well because you aren't listening to me, and I feel frustrated because this area of our lives, I feel it's being misused.
Okay, but then the area that you're not more touching, I think it's the area of one allowing you to become who you are.
Okay.
Like for an example, if I allow you to run a family in the finances, then we will have that success. But if I don't allow you, then we will continuously have a fight.
Oh, so you have to acknowledge that this is the strength
She's got
of the unit. If I want us to have a successful relationship when it comes to our finance,
Yes.
then you allow the one who has the strength in that area to lead.
To lead, yeah. I think this is even an area that is going to take us to another subtopic of the very same topic we're dealing with of individuality, where we would talk more about compromising.
But you know, while the one who has a strength is leading, but then this one, his needs are not being taken care of, who is spontaneous. How do we make sure that we still meet? Because as much as it's in weakness on top because he misuses the money, but let's look at nurturing that strength where it has spontaneity towards the relationship.
Yeah, it's a very good question, but I can give just a classical example in that area to allow the person at some stage in a relationship to become who they are. A spontaneous person also needs to have their own budget. The budget that they can blow how
they want.
It's all up to them, but let it not affect the general
well-being
the general budget of the house, of the family. There must be that, and then allow that person to have their own, because in that way they will find the relationship to becoming stale and unfair, because there are no moments where it's like a spike for him, like a celebrating moment where they can go out and have a good time, by themselves. So such has to happen, but at the end of the day, that person must acknowledge your strength by allowing you to take care of the whole family in that area of finances.
Wow. Actually, it's important if we acknowledge each other's strengths and make sure that those strengths are nurtured. Okay, because when they are nurtured, both of us will move forward being happy.
Exactly. But then do you see where this is taking us? We cannot find ourselves having to know of our strengths and acknowledging them if there's no communication.
Yeah, it's always the core. It's always the foundation.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Celebrating each other's individuality, I think it is one of the most diverse topic which we can continue to talk about it every day, and it affects different aspects of the relationships as well.
Yeah.
So be tolerant of one another's differences, of one another's individuality, because when you realize that in our individualities we will be strong.
Of course.
In our individuality, we will be. Think about that company where it has finance and it has HR and it has marketing. HR doesn't go to finance and wants to control finance. They allow one another. So, as two people who are in a relationship, allow one another to be led by the one who is more stronger in the area of their strength. And I think that's where we would see ourselves moving forward as a powerful unit.
Of course. That's your couple of things for today.
Yeah, we'll see you next time. Love you.
Ta-ta.